It's time to make some more beef jerky, but today I'm going to be making two different types. One with a marinade and one with just a dry rub. Yeah, two different kinds today. The totally easy method by just using the oven. We're not gonna fire up the smoker outside because it kind of looks like it's gonna rain. So we're just gonna stay indoors today. What I'm working with today is some top round. It's also sold as London broil, that's how it's marketed, but the cut is generally called top round. You could also use eye of round or honestly any sort of cut you want. And as I say, every time I make beef jerky, I don't make it for long-term preservation. It will be gone in a few days. 4 or 5 days max. So I make it so that I store it in the refrigerator because I like it with a little bit more chew to it. I don't want it super dried out. And when you're doing it for preservation, you want it extra dried out. So we're not doing it for preservation today. That's not how I make my jerky. Lots of videos on YouTube showing you how to make that long-term preservation, but I like it this way. So this is about 1.75 pounds top round cut, and I just want to cut off some of the excess fat from the outside here. I'm not going to worry too much about the inside. If you are doing this for long-term preservation, fat is one of the first things to spoil, so you want to try and get rid of the excess fat. And I know for all you biltong lovers out there who've told me about that, and I did try some and I liked it, this is just a different preparation method. I know in biltong generally, from what I've seen, you leave the fat, has a lot of flavor, nothing, can't argue with that, but jerky's a different preparation method. Now this I just chilled down quite a bit in the coldest part of the refrigerator. If I wanted to make this super easy to slice, I could freeze this for probably half an hour, really firm it up. But in all honesty, it's right after Thanksgiving, my freezer's packed. I don't have any room to put a cut of top round in there to lay flat. So first thing I want to do is I just want to square off one end a bit, and I'll work with that cut off piece in a bit. And I'm just going to make some 1/4 inch slices here. If you want yours thinner, go ahead. This is about the thickness of the jerky pieces that I like. And I don't think I mentioned this is a USDA choice cut, but honestly, if you can get just select or whatever it's listed for in the case, go ahead. Jerky turns out pretty good with just about any grade of beef. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish cutting up this piece of top round and the other one, and then we'll move on to getting our dry rub and our marinade ready. So for the dry rub version of beef jerky, we're gonna be making a hot and sweet dry rub. We're gonna start with a tablespoon of brown sugar. To this, we're gonna add a tablespoon of cane sugar. If you can't get cane sugar, just double the amount of brown sugar. 1 tablespoon of ground black pepper, 1 teaspoon of granulated garlic, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, and 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Gonna get our lid on, give it a shake. That's what we're looking for. All right, let's move on and get our marinade ready for the beef jerky that's gonna be soaking in that marinade. Now this is gonna be a honey soy marinade, and we're starting with a 1/4 cup of honey that's already in the bowl here because it takes forever to pour honey. I just didn't want to waste the time. To this, I'm going to add 1/2 cup of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, and 2 tablespoons of a very finely crushed garlic. Pretty much pureed. Now we need to mix this up. You got to start slow because we got to work that honey in here. Got to get that to accept the more liquid ingredients. That's soy sauce. So take your time. Once it starts to incorporate, you can speed up a little bit. Watch those edges. Make sure you get all that honey scraped off. All right, that's looking good. Let's get our top round pieces into the marinade. Gonna get these in here. And we're gonna get in there and mix this up. Both of these jerkies are gonna go in the refrigerator overnight in Ziploc bags so they can really absorb the flavors, and we'll turn them into jerky tomorrow in the oven. All right, everybody there looks nice and coated. Let's move on to getting our dry rub on the rest of our top round. So for the jerky pieces, they're gonna have the dry rub. I have a pretty big bowl here because I wanna be able to toss them around in that dry rub. There's not a ton of it and we don't need a ton of it. We just need to get a good coating on the outside. So I'm actually gonna start with the dry rub in the bowl and we're just gonna add our jerky pieces. Yeah, I know you could use a smaller bowl, but this gives room to work, plus it's easier for the cameras to look into this one. So you can see this. Make sure you pull them apart so that all the sides get coated here. Especially those red pepper flakes. You want to make sure everybody gets some of those on there. This is sweet and hot after all. Now each of those pieces of top round cost about $3. They were on sale because it was the next day they were going to no longer be for sale. So if you can get your beef for jerky that way, it makes it even less expensive. You know how expensive it is just to buy beef jerky already made. So just cutting that cost down even more by getting that meat right when they want to get rid of it, take it home, turn it into jerky. Works great. All right, this is ready. I'm going to get this and our marinated pieces into Ziploc bags in the refrigerator, and I'll see you tomorrow when we get it in the oven. All right, our beef jerky has been marinating overnight and absorbing that dry rub, and we're just gonna go ahead and get it on our racks. All right, so I'm gonna start with the marinated strips of top round. Now, if there's too much marinade on these still sticking and they're too wet, go ahead and dry them off with some paper towels first. The reason you want to do that is it just slows down the drying process in the oven if it's too wet. You got these little pieces with some stragglers, just fold them back. And if they end up touching a little bit, that's all right because they are going to shrink up as they dry. So don't worry about, just a little bit of touching. It's not going to hurt. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of the marinated beef jerky on racks and then that dry rubbed beef jerky. And then we're going to get it in our oven. All right, our oven is preheated to 160 degrees. Now, if your oven doesn't go down that low, if you can get it to 170, this will work fine. If you're above 180, it's going to be a little more difficult. I know some people have said they prop the oven open a little bit with like a wooden spoon to kind of let some of the heat out. I've never done it that way. We're just going to get our racks in here. Probably going to take between 4 and 5 hours, maybe a little longer. It's kind of humid today, it's raining. But in about 2 hours, we're going to rotate the racks. So I'll see you back here in about 2 hours. Okay, it's been 2 hours. Time to rotate these racks. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, look at that. That's starting to really look like good jerky. Let's see, so we're going to move our top rack here. Our middle rack to the top. Our one that was on the bottom rack to the middle. And we'll check these again in another 2 hours. All right, we are at the 5 hour mark. Let's give our jerky a check. Oh, that is looking good. Let me pull out our top rack here. Check that. You can see that this has some of those nice fatty pieces that we don't have to worry about because we're going to be eating this quickly. It's going to be in the refrigerator, but if you were doing this for long-term preservation, that fat is the first thing that's going to start turning rancid. But let's see how we're looking here. See how that bends nicely, doesn't break, just starts to tear there as you bend it. I think we're looking good here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get the jerky out and let it dry and cool down on the counter for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to have a taste. All right, here are 2 kinds of beef jerky. We have the dry rub over here and the marinade on this side. And what are you gonna do with beef jerky? You're not gonna stand here and show it and talk about it. I'm just gonna dive in because it's time to taste. Now, I'm gonna start with some of the dry rub jerky. And remember, I make this to how I like it. If you want yours drier, go longer. This was about 5 hours. If you want it much drier than this, just take it to 6, to 7, to 8. Each time you stop and check it, you gotta decide, is that as dry as you like it? This is just how I like it, a little bit of chew with it. So let's see. that's good jerky. That flavor from the dry rub is right up front. It hits you. You get a nice bit of heat there, but you're getting the other things too, that black pepper. So it seems like at about the 5-hour mark to this dryness level, that dry rub really intensifies in terms of flavor on the meat. And now for a taste of our marinated jerky. Let's see. I really like that mix of the sweetness in there, sort of the honey and the ginger together. I mean, the soy gives you that saltiness, but that honey and ginger work really well together. Now, between the two, which do I prefer? The dry rub or the marinade? That's actually a pretty difficult decision to make here because the dry rub just punches you with flavor right away. So if you like that in your jerky, where you just take a bite and you're hit with heat, you're hit with flavor, I think that the dry rub is what you'd want, especially just to give that a try. But if you like a little bit more of that mellow flavor, and you could punch it up with some heat too, the marinade just gives you sort of that deeper flavor. It doesn't hit you all at once, as you get it in your mouth and you chew it a bit, you really get it. I have to say, if I had to choose between these two, and I don't really have to because they're gonna go in the refrigerator in some Ziploc bags and I get to eat them over the next several days. But right now, I think I would choose the dry rub. Turned out great, so did the marinade, but I really like that punch of flavor right up front. So if you're looking to make jerky, you could do it with a dry rub or with a marinade. And you can do it in an oven if you don't have a smoker or a dehydrator. There's many ways to make jerky. This is an easy one, inside. Don't have to worry about the weather outside.